Hi, I'm Donna with Simple Retirement Journey, and today I'm going to discuss my home budget for September. And I'm going to put my spreadsheet on one side of the screen, and right now I'm kind of reading it off my computer, so I'll be looking down a little bit. But my budget, I've kind of categorized into different colors, hoping it would be easier for everybody to read. The first section I have is home and utilities, and that's kind of a greenish color. And the second section I have is auto/health. The third one is grocery/household. The next one is personal care, then entertainment, and other. Other is small stuff. I've got birthdays, charity, Christmas, garden savings. It's just kind of a catch-all section. So what I have done, in the first column we see the header says budget, and this is what I have budgeted for the month. And a lot of these are cell phone, my mortgage, my auto insurance, my Medicare health insurance. Those things don't change. So they're easy to calculate month after month. And then I started with August and September, and you will notice that I have a line or a column for October already, and everything that is in my October column are auto pays that come out of my checking account automatically, and those come out every month. Just a quick overview for October. The amount that comes out of my checking account every month is $1,371. And so I need to have that in my checking account every month. And then my actual income is $1,891.58. So that's how much I have every month. And my auto pays are $1,371. So I have a balance of $520.58. But it's really less than that. My total income is $1,891.58. But my Social Security takes out my Medicare health insurance. So that is reduced by $185. But I wanted to show my total income. In my total income, I have a small pension that I have, and so that's in my income. And so that's a pretty basic overview. And I thought I would talk about each segment, and then I'll have the spreadsheet showing just each segment. So the first one's going to be my home and utilities, and that's a big chunk of my expenses every month. I have my mortgage, my phone, cell phone, my utility bills, and I have maintenance or repairs and household supplies in there. My household supplies, I decided to put some storage shelves in my little freezer. I just have the one little freezer above my refrigerator, and my freezer's pretty full, and I was having trouble keeping track of everything. In fact, unfortunately, I threw out a few things that were getting pretty old when I bought the little shelving stuff. So this will help keep it better organized. So that was $65. And then the balance was, I have a gnat problem. And so I bought, you plug it in the wall, and it's supposed to attract all the gnats and everything. It attracts some, but we'll see how it goes. So that's my $109. And then the maintenance, I showed it last week. I bought a little gasket to replace in my toilet. The next is auto and health. My auto insurance, that's the same every month. My license plate I pay it annually, and in August it was $128. And then my fuel for October, the price of gas has gone up a little bit. I did have budgeted for $25, and I forgot. I bumped it up to $30. So August, my gas bill was almost $30. And then September, it would have been $30, but I took a little road trip on the 28th of September. So I put $10 of gas in the car. So I would have been at close to 30, but I took a little road trip. And then, let's see, what have I got? Medicare health insurance, and I bought some over-the-counter medicine. That was $48. And then groceries. I was pretty bad about keeping my receipts for groceries. And what I do is I take out cash twice a month for groceries. I'm not real sure how much I spend on groceries. I take out a certain amount of money every month and pay cash for my groceries. I need to keep better track of how I'm spending my cash. And then personal care, I get a haircut every month. That's $25. And I spent $60 on clothes this month. And then entertainment, I have fun money. And I noticed when I was doing my budget, I don't eat out very often, so I don't have a line item for eating out. So this month, I went out to eat a couple times, and that was in my fun money. I think I spent probably about $40, which is a lot for me, but I'm worth it, right? And then I have subscription for Office 365, is your basic Excel and Word documents, and I do use those quite a bit. And then subscriptions, the $5 subscription is for Ancestry.com, and I do a little bit of genealogy, and I will probably get a 6-month subscription in probably towards the end of the year. Sometimes there's some discounts, and I have more time in the wintertime to do genealogy. And then summertime, I don't do it so much. So you can hold your account. It's $5 a month, and you can't add to it, but you don't lose all the data that's in there. So I do that. And then the other section, birthday season starts in September in my family. I have 6 grandchildren who have birthdays between September and December. So I've got 2 in September, 3 in October, and the last one's in December. So for September, I had 2 birthdays in September. In October, I'll have 3 birthdays. And then I have charity, and that comes out of my checking account every month. And then Christmas, I haven't started spending money for Christmas yet. And then my garden, I usually spend a few $100s on gardening in the spring, so I keep that in there. The last line is savings, and I've kind of forgotten about this, but I keep an emergency fund at home, a little bit of cash, and it's gotten a little low. So I was going to put $50 a month into my emergency savings fund, and I think I did that in August, and I probably need to do it again in September. So that is my budget, and if you look at the bottom line, for the end of September, my total expenses were $2,051.41, and my actual budget is $1,890.58. So I went over almost $160. So I need to pay closer attention to what I spend in October. And a lot of it was my entertainment line. And I spent $109 on fun money. And I think I said around 40 of it was for eating out. And I bought some books this month. So I don't foresee me buying any books in October. I do enjoy reading. So, and some of the books are Bible study books, and they all kind of hit me all at once. So I think I'm done buying Bible study books for a while. I don't buy a whole lot of books. Normally I go to the library and read them, but when you're in a Bible study, you almost need them to fill in the questions. And that is it for me on this. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, getting my notes here. The 2026 COLA was supposed to come out October 1st, or I thought it was, and the government had their shutdown on October 1st, so we're not sure when the actual COLA amount will be. But I went on to Motley Fool, and they updated their website yesterday, which was October 1st, and they're saying that the COLA is going to be somewhere between 2.4 and 3%, and that's our Social Security raise for 2026. They're guesstimating that it'll probably be around 2.7%. So I copied their numbers. So as I mentioned before, the average retirement Social Security will get an increase of $54 minus the $21.50. Your increase is only $32.50. In your spousal, the average increase for Social Security is $26 minus the $21.50. You're getting an increase of $4.50 a month. And if you're on disability, I don't know how health insurance works on disability, but continuing my guesstimation here, the average person will get a $43 increase in Social Security. Minus the $21.50, you will get $21.50. And the reason I bring this up is it's October, and we know 3 months ahead of time what our Social Security increase will be, and we're guesstimating around 2.7%. I gave you the average retired Social Security amount. It's $2,008. And if you make more or less, you can take your number. If you take $1,500 and multiply 1.027, that will give you your new Social Security benefit beginning in January. And for most of us, our Medicare Part B will take quite a chunk out of our increase for January. So it's good to know this now because, as we all know, our expenses go up higher than our income does. And it's kind of good to know in October to start planning for next year. You know, maybe there's some changes that you can make, planning ahead a little bit. Or maybe you're going to have to cut some costs somewhere along the way. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but I live near a school, and I think the whole school is taking a walk around the neighborhood, and I can hear them. I think they're singing in the school song or something, so I don't know if you can hear it or not, but just in case, I thought I'd throw it in there. And I was talking about planning a budget for next year, your home budget. And, we know what our COLA will be. We'll know approximately what it will be. And then we also know almost half of what our increase will be taken with the increase of health insurance. So we just need to plan that the $25 or $30 increase we will receive after insurance. It's not going to be a whole lot. So when I look at my budget for next year, I will keep all my budget items about the same unless something absolutely goes up. I know I talked about this last month. My internet bill it went up to $66.68. So I called and they lowered my bill. And for October, it'll be a little under $43. And I think I got a little bit of a credit. I think my bill will be around $45. So I did something proactive. My internet bill went up. So I called and was able to get my cost reduced. So, it doesn't hurt to go over our budget every once in a while to see if we can make any changes. And I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but it is open enrollment season for Medicare Part B. And I am guessing that some of my prescriptions and there's other things that are going up next year. In fact, I use a person, she has an insurance company, and I use her every year. She kind of reviews my Medicaid plan year to year to see what's good for me. And from what I'm hearing, there's going to be a lot of changes across the board. So it's a good idea to sit down with somebody and go over what the best plan for you is. And I know one thing they're taking away out of my insurance is, I guess CVS owns Aetna. I have Aetna Medicare insurance. And CVS gave us, it's mostly over-the-counter drugs, like Band-Aids, that type of stuff. Band-Aids and more. But we would get $75 every 3 months to spend. And they're taking that away next year. So that's $300. And then fortunately, I take a couple of prescriptions. And right now they're at no cost to me. I don't know what it's going to be next year. So increasing insurance costs and prescriptions, that's something we need to start looking at now so we can plan ahead for January. Good time of the year, right? It's wintertime and our heating bills go up. But I believe in being proactive, and proactive is knowing ahead of time what needs to be done and work on it instead of when it actually happens, you're going, oh no, what am I going to do now? So anyways, I think I'm going to call that a wrap here today because I'm hearing all these cheerful little voices. Please, if you're so inclined, please hit the like button. And if you enjoy what you see, I appreciate if you click on the subscription button. It helps my channel out a little bit. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end of this video. And I do enjoy all my viewers. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. I do appreciate everybody that watches me. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and the weekend's approaching, so I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.